right, guys, it's time to talk books. I'm going to be doing a May reading journal setup and chatting a little bit about my April reading recap. So stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new, welcome. My name is Tracy and I am a girl with plans. I want to thank you so much for pressing that play button today. And if you find that you enjoy this video, do not forget to hit that like button. All right, so now is the time to get back into my reading journal. So my reading this month was not as high as all of the other months, but it still was really, really good. I ended up finishing 5 books this month. I'll turn to my reading summary. I still need to print some of the covers, but the 5 books I read was A Dead Man's Isle, which is book 2 of the Harlequin Crew series, which has the same authors as Zodiac Academy. So that's what kind of got me into trying it out. I did like this book. I thought it was okay. I gave it 3 3/4 stars, so 3.75, just under 4. I didn't like it as much as book 1, but I still liked it enough where I think I'm going to continue the series. At least I'm going to read book 3, because if you did read Zodiac Academy, then you know these authors love a good cliffhanger at the end, and there was a good cliffhanger at the end. Plus, I'm just kind of curious to see where the story goes. This is what they call a Why Choose romance book. So it's one female character, and she has like 4 males that are like vying for her affection. And they're all members of gangs. One is actually a member of a rival gang. So it's, got some intrigue, does have some violence. I guess I don't really want to say it's a dark romance, but it is pretty spicy as well. But yeah, it was an easy, fun read. Then I finally read Caraval by Stephanie Garber. So this is more of like a young adult type mystery and fantasy, and I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was a nice palate cleanser because prior to that, I had read a lot of dark romance novels. So this was way different than that, and I think it was much needed. So yeah, that's kind of why it might have been 4 stars for me. I think I'm curious to continue reading. We'll see. It's not going to be high up on my TBR list the rest of the series, but I am kind of curious to see where the series goes, because overall I thought it was a fun book, and like I said, it is completely different from anything else that I am typically reading, so I really did enjoy it. The next book was Gothicana. I didn't like it. I gave it 3 stars because I liked some of the story enough that it kept me intrigued. So I don't want to say I didn't like it. It was just kind of meh. I liked more of the suspense that was involved in the story. I didn't really like the reveal once they like solved the mystery. I mean, it wasn't like it was a bad reveal. It was just, to me, it was kind of dun, dun, dun. Like, really, that was it. But I really hated the romance. And I think, this is kind of a dark academia, dark romance type book. And I just did not like the romance. I didn't feel the chemistry for either of the characters. And I hated the ending. This is a standalone book. And my biggest pet peeve with some of the standalone books, especially in the romance genre, is they like fast forward in time to give you that like pretty bow closed end of the book. And I just hate it. But I did give it 3 stars. It was sort of steamy. So that was also like 3 on the spice level. All right. So I also listened to Finley Donovan Rolls the Dice. This book actually came out in April, and I was lucky enough to snag the audio version of this from my library. I love all of the Finley Donovan series, so it's no surprise here. So Finley Donovan, she's like, kind of, I don't really want to say quirky, but she's like the female main character. She's a mom. She has an ex-husband. She has a love interest who's also a cop. And, and the first few books, she is mistaken for a hit woman. And then she kind of like takes on that role without actually killing anybody. But things kind of fall in her lap where it seems like she was the one that killed them. So she gets the credit for it, which means money for it. But it's really funny. It's her and her sidekick. I really like it. I thought it was fun. I actually gave this one 4.5 stars. This is like, I mentioned this previously when I reviewed the third book in the series. I think this is the fourth one. It's just hard to give these series 5 stars just because of how they are. They're just like the lighthearted, fun kind of suspense slash with a little bit of comedy thrown in. I absolutely love these audiobooks. I mentioned it before. I think reading the actual physical books would be just as enjoyable. I've just always listened to them on audio. There are some laugh out loud moments, which I always enjoy in books. I do like the audio narration. So again, I give that one 4.5 stars. And then the final book that I read this month was Powerless by Lauren Roberts. You know, this is also one of those big hyped up books that I finally got around to. And I really, really liked it. I was like toying with almost 5 stars on this one. I think on Goodreads, I gave it 5 stars because you can't give half stars on Goodreads. And I felt like it was closer to 5 than it was to 4. But I kind of settled on 4.5 stars because I didn't think it was a perfect book. And when I look back at my other 5 stars this year, which is only 2 so far, I am super stingy with those. I didn't feel like it was quite up to that level. This book took me a really long time to read. I started reading it on the 12th of April and didn't finish on the 27th because it took me a long time to get into. And when I say a long time to get into, I say like maybe the first 10% or whatever. I don't know. I think it was more me not being in the mood to read it because I don't think the first 10% was bad, and I don't really think it was hard to follow. I just couldn't get into the mood for it, but I think that kind of impacted my overall rating. But I really like the book. A lot of people compare it to Hunger Games, which a lot of people, that's why they complain about the book. Because of the Hunger Games, I actually chose Powerless and Gothicana as my 2 books that I did spreads for. But don't read it if you don't want any spoilers, because this is where I get a little bit more into how I feel about the book. Because obviously, when I do here, I just kind of rate my overall impression of the book, but this is where I kind of get into it. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed all of the characters. The 4 main characters, which I guess you can say there were 4 main characters. It was really 2 main characters because it's dual POV, but then there is the prince who is next in line to be the king. He's kind of a side character, but he has a major role. And then you have Peyton's seamstress slash best friend, who is also a side character, but I'm going to put her up there too because I love them all. And then the ending was heartbreaking and jaw-dropping, but I still loved it because it kept me wanting more and wanting to know what happened next. So this is a young adult book. Powerless is kind of categorized as young adult, but because it's Hunger Game-esque, there is a lot of violence, death, and stuff like that. So it's definitely older, young adult type vibes. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I almost gave it 5 stars. So with that said, let's hurry up and do my stats. So I've already colored in this. I am at 30 books so far this year, which is a lot. So I read 5 books for the month of April. So I will just go ahead and highlight. I like to highlight first so it doesn't smudge. All right, and I have a Post-it somewhere because I did all these calculations in advance. So I read 5 books, and it was a total of 1,960 pages in 9 hours, 5 minutes, and 30 seconds of audio. I do separate anything that's a physical or ebook, obviously I count as pages. If it is audio, I do not count it as pages. I count it as hours listened. I know some people will pull up the page numbers from the actual book and just not do the minutes listened to, but I kind of do consider them separate. So there we go. I still need to print out the Gothicana book cover here. But those are my ratings. What I decided to start doing is I couldn't find these, so I had to print some more. And I decided to kind of cut off so that way you can, instead of just having 5 stars and coloring them in, I decided to start cutting them off so it was kind of easier. So I didn't have a bad reading month. I did not DNF any books. Okay, so April, my favorite book for the month of April, I guess I should do a cute little pen or something, right? I think it's Powerless, right? That was 4.5 stars. Okay. So Powerless was my favorite book this month. I think I've read all of the Finley Donovan series, books in the series thus far. The last book in Zodiac Academy has come out, y'all. That is over 1,000 pages. I don't know that I can get to that this month. That is just so intimidating. I do need to finish this up, so this is not updated. I will have it finished by the end of the first half of the year. All right. Did I read a new release? No, but I'm reading one now, I think. Yes, I read Finley Donovan. That's a new release. Yay. So this is my spring reading challenge. So I have until the middle of June to finish this up. I do have quite a few books that I own now, either through Kindle or physical books. I'm hoping to read one of those coming soon. And this was read a book with a plant or a flower in the title. I might say in or on the title. So if there's a picture of a flower, I'm counting it. Read a nonfiction book. Haven't done that yet. Read a book about growth. Haven't done that yet. Although a lot of the fantasy books I have, the characters grow. So we'll see if I stretch that a little bit. Now, these were all like self-created challenge prompts, so I probably shouldn't stretch it too much. I've already filled this out. I try to go in here and fill it out as I do it. I don't really know. Dead Man's Isle was the only one. I think that was it. So there we go. I still have quite a few to go. All right. So I don't think I can add anything here. Did I already do it? Yeah, Dead Man's Isle. I did place in the title, Dead Man's Isle, right? I am currently reading When the Moon Hatched for the April reader prompt, which was nature. I'm including the moon as nature. I can do what I want. So I should be finishing that hopefully pretty soon, maybe by the time this video goes up. So that will be that. Every is the next prompt. That one has given me a little bit of a trouble, but I think I have a book that I might read for that. All right, so let's hurry up and write these stats so I can start decorating. All right, so I read 4 ebooks, 1 audiobook, no physical. It was 5 books total. And now I'm just going to repeat this information. Days read, I'm just going to leave that blank because April was a hot mess. I wasn't feeling well and I was kind of reading on and off. So I know I didn't track it very well here. So I'm just going to kind of leave that as is. I did not DNF any books, right? No. So my favorite book was Powerless. Oh, Pages is here. All right, so Powerless. Gathakana was my least favorite. I do like writing down the longest and the shortest. The shortest was Gathakana. And the longest was Dead Man's Isle. My favorite character was Peyton from Gathakana. I mean, from, oh my gosh, from Powerless. I'm looking at Gathakana. I do like Kai too, but I liked Peyton. I liked her story. Okay, my ratings. So for ratings, am I getting off? Oh, I didn't finish that one. Did I? So, 5 star, 0. I gave 1 4.5 star. I gave 1 4 star. I gave 1 3.5 star. And I gave 1 3 star. Wait a minute, where am I at? Hold up. No, I gave 2 4.5. Wait a minute, did I really give 2 4.5 stars? Y'all. Yes, that's right. There we go. And then the genres I read, I'll fill this out later, but it was 2, I guess, dark romance, or however you want to classify Gathakana, 2 like young adult fantasy, and then 1 kind of, I don't really know how you even categorize suspense thriller is whatever that is. So I showed you these earlier. So I did Powerless and Got the Kana. The reason, like, I pick books to do like full-on book spreads based on whether or not I need to chat more about the book in my journal, whether I like it or even dislike it, or sometimes it's just because I really want to decorate a spread for it. So this one I kept pretty basic because I didn't really know how to decorate Powerless, but I have this washi tape here that I picked up from Joanne. It was their, what was the brand they used to have there? I don't know, but it says like Good Fortune, Magic Maker, Dreamer, Lover, and there's like a lot, there's like magic in there. It's all about powers. It's like people with powers versus people that don't have powers, and that's kind of how it is in there. So then I picked up this sticker from one of my Live Love Posh books, the Mystical Babe book. It was like, you are magical, know your power. And then the clouds, I think, came from a wrong PET tape. And then this all came from the Sato Studios book, Black Dance Rain or Black Rain. I don't know what it's called, but I felt like this was perfect for Got the Kana. You know, there's a piano in there, and then there's kind of like a tower, and then it's just kind of the dark gothic vibe. So that's why I kind of use that. All right, so now I'm going to kind of put up or set up for the month of May, and y'all, I got stamps. So I did a haul video at some point in April, and I picked up a bunch of reading type stamps from Temu, and these are perfect for what I'm going to use them for. So like last month, or what I had been doing was turning this sideways and making a bigger calendar, because this is where I track when I start and finish a book. And as you can see, I just use dot markers and then I color code them over here so that way I know. That's why I have When the Moon Hatched here, because I've already been reading it, but I also want to put continue from April. So I will use one of these stampers has reading log. So I will stamp reading log here. And then over here is going to be my TBR. There's another one that has TBR. There's probably quite, see, there's to be read list. Then there's a fun one that's like TBR. I only do like 3 books. There's TBR. I only do 2 books that's like TBRs. So yeah. And then there are a whole bunch of these fun like things, or not fun, but these functional words that really do fit with what I do. Number of minutes, number of pages. Hey, y'all know I do that. So I'm going to use that to stamp out some of this instead of writing it down. But of course I do have my little things there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stamp that. I'm going to write my TBR. We'll go over it. I also pulled some letters. I pulled some boxes. I might use these boxes. Kind of just want to have fun. And then for stickers, I got this sticker book from Go Wild. So I figured I would use it. And I saw this and I thought this would be fun, completely different. And then these florals kind of go with it a little bit. So let's just do all that, right? Yeah. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my functional stuff over here. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that, and then I'll come back after I finish stamping that. Now I need to go to this side of the page. So like I said, let's do these boxes because they're fun. And I just put all of my stamps on. I'm trying to keep my stamps like where I could see them so I don't lose them. But I'm going to need to clean them off, so. Okay. All right. So let's make some boxes. Yay! I don't know why I went so far at the top, but okay, then I forget. Okay, so let's see where my little stickers are. So I love the Archer and Olive journals because they have this little in the back, like this little pocket in the back. I do think there are other ones that do as well, but it's so helpful. Okay. So then I had previously made these and cut these out with my Cricut. I think I just made these. I don't know if I made them on Canva or Microsoft Office. You can do either or. So those are numbers red. Those are my totals and then the pages. So I'll do another one with pages. I don't think I'm going to separate it by physical book and ebook. I think I'm going to just keep that the same. If I really care, I can check the individual book reviews. Number of pages. I'm really liking this stamping, y'all. I just think it looks very clean. It does take a little bit longer, but I like the way it looks overall. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything else. So I'm not going to duplicate that. I might do another box. Let's do one more of the same. Let's do the same one. I kind of like the look of the same. There we go. And that's where I'll put like days read, stuff like that. So I'll have to handwrite that one in there. I'll just leave that one till the end. Just in case I don't actually like accurately capture the days that I read, then I can like leave that off. Okay. All right. So I was thinking about using this to be my title for like, so I can write my title in like this section where my favorites are. I wish I had a stamp that I could like, that would kind of fit. All right, let's not do this in a box. I have an idea. Okay, we have that. All right, guys. There we go. I had a couple of issues here, but I like to do in the stamping. I think it looks really, really cool. So here I did these. Of course, one fell when I was doing them, but this is where I'm gonna like write favorites, least favorite. So this is where I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna have separate ones. So I'll write the word above it and then write the book inside. This is gonna be for my DNF. This might be for my genre tracker if I have enough space. This is for my star ratings. And then, like I said, that's for the extra. All right, now it is time. Actually, no, it's not time. I need to write my TBRs. So I keep my TBRs pretty simple. So that's what I'm going to do. I actually have bullet points in this book. So let's do the bullet points. All right. So obviously I must still finish reading When the Moon Hatched, but that's not going to, you know, count as that. So I really need to read Spark of the Everflame. I have already from the library A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Have that on audio, so I really want to read that or listen to that. And then I need to read The Reaper, which is book 2 of the Dark Verse series. I really, really enjoyed book 1, and I just got on my... Let's put that under here. I really enjoyed book 1, so I really want to read book 2. And then I just turn around too. What in the world? I am making a mess. All right, so now it's time to put stickers down. I'm going to speed this part up, but I still want to show you the decorating process, and then we're going to wrap it up. right, guys, ignore the mess on my desk because I used a whole lot of everything in this particular spread. I went stamp crazy and I love it. I had so much fun. Of course, there were little issues like when I was trying to like stamp only like the number of stars. Stamp fell here. But I love the combinations of the stamps with the stickers. Again, I use Spring Essentials from Amber Plants Her Day. I'm not sure if this book is still available. I am not an affiliate. So if that book is still available, definitely check around to see if you guys can find any affiliate links to get a little bit of a discount. I definitely wanted to use these stickers, but they did take up a lot of space. So what I decided to do was put them down anyway and then use boxes to put over that, so that way I still have my writing space. So I did have to rewrite my TBR. Then I will just kind of write small when I do my reading log. But I really liked how this turned out, guys. Turned out super cute. This might be my favorite one thus far. The only other thing I did not show you guys earlier, as I talked about it in my last reading recap, that I really wanted to start a series review. I'm going to do like an overall series ranking here at the end of the year, but I started doing like Kingdom of Lies. So what I did is I kind of did my overall view of each of the books. And then here I would do an overall of the series. I need to decorate this more. I just kind of wanted to get my thoughts on the page. I did the Harlequin Crew. So again, I have all of the books listed, and then this will be my overall. And then I haven't really started the Dark Verse one yet, but I'm going to do the same for that because these are series that I do kind of want to finish. So that's why I kind of did that. So I just wanted to show you guys that really quick. But there we go. I do hope you enjoy these videos. Like I said, I really enjoy making these reading recaps. I know they are not the most watched, but I just really enjoy doing them. So I think I'm going to continue filming them. Hopefully you guys will tune in. And with that said, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you have yet to subscribe, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. That is all I have for now. I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.